What is leadership? And why do we keep coming to CIGFARO year in, year out? But nothing seems to change from the point of view of application. There are 3 levels of progress. The first one is the collection of knowledge. That's number 1. Number 2, the understanding of the knowledge, right? The understanding of the information, which we can term knowledge. But there is another step, the ultimate step to progress is application, which is the level of wisdom. Somebody say wisdom. Somebody say wisdom. Come on, say it like you mean it. Wisdom. Hello? Wisdom. Wisdom is nothing but applying the knowledge that you have. And I know why most people do not apply the knowledge. I had a few speakers up front here saying to us this morning that probably will go back to your municipality and things will go back to normal and you continue doing whatever it is you were doing. Today, I want to challenge you. If you look at the screen right now, from Max Lucado, he says that if anyone is going to lead the orchestra, that person must be willing to turn their back from the crowd. Because you cannot lead unless you are in the front, showing the way. And by the front, I do not mean position, but by the front, I mean you are the one who is driving the agenda that needs to be driven. I want to take a few minutes and just talk about what leadership is not. Number 1, leadership is not a title. Let me ask you a question that probably you've never thought of before. In the Christian religion, the Christian movement, what is the name of the person who came down from heaven and died for his followers? Louder? Oh, wait. Aren't we supposed to say Prophet Jesus? Is it not supposed to be the honorable, high and mighty Igwe Jesus? Have you noticed that we just call out his name? That is how powerful, that is how impactful his life was. His name, his first name is all that matters. But there are people, ladies and gentlemen, in leadership who insist on being called by their title. And I'm here to tell you the reason why they want to be called by their title is because they have not achieved anything but the position they are in. I want to sound a warning to you. Some of your friends, like my friend here, when I my friend here and some of the other friends here at CIGFARO, they refer to me as leadership. Say leadership. Now, that is between just friends. You get what I'm saying? But I want to sound a warning to you. Do not allow people to call you mpati. Do not move away from people who call you leadership, my leader, my chief. Every time they give you such a title and they insist on it, ask yourself, what do they want? What do they want? So leadership is not a title. Number 2, leadership is not a birthright. Dr. Ngobo, you probably don't know this. There is royal blood running through me. Yes, there is royal blood. I am a descendant of the great King Bambata Kamancinza Zondi. 5 times removed. My grandmother was the daughter of King Pambata Kamancinza Zondi. All right, that is from my father's side, my paternal side. But let me tell you, leadership has nothing to do with the status of your birth. How you were born, who you were born into, the family that brought you to this world, is just an accident of nature. Has nothing to do with you being a leader and you being effective. So do not look to your birthright for leadership. It has nothing to do with that. Age. I've worked in organizations where in a meeting you'd be reminded that actually you are still young to understand these things. We've been in this organization for 21 years. Don't think that you're going to come with something new. Is it familiar? Sounds familiar? Listen, respect the elders, respect the people who've been there, but be a disruptor when it comes to something that you see, something that you have a vision for in your municipality, in your organization. When you have that vision, say it. A bird is safe in a cage. Do you agree? Do you agree? A bird is safe in a cage, yes? However, the Almighty, the Creator, did not create it to stay in a cage. Can I say it? Can I say it? You will be safe in your career. I'm not sure what the word safe means for you, but you will be safe in your career as long as you don't lead in what you do best. Just fall into the background. Just fade into insignificance. Just not participate in meetings. Don't bring new ideas. Don't encourage your team members and your colleagues. As long as you don't put your foot forward, you are safe. And I'm saying, therefore, that age is not leadership. Also, I've got quite a few 3 degrees to do in the next few years. Hello? I'm talking about me now. I've got about a few degrees to do, maybe 2 or 3, right? But your educational accolades are not leadership. No matter how recognized you are in terms of your education, and you should be recognized, you should be. But it is not leadership, ladies and gentlemen. What it does, it enhances your leadership prowess. It broadens the spectrum of your mind. It gives flight to your imagination. Hello? This is what education does. It also humbles you. Hello? It also what? It humbles you. But do not mistake it for leadership. It is not leadership. Success is not leadership. No matter the perks you have, and you should have them, make no mistake. You should be paid for what you do, but do not mistake it for leadership. Wealth is not leadership. Again, another accident of nature. We live at a time, in fact, where you are more recognized. The less work you do, the more you are paid, you get recognized. In other words, short-term gain. Overnight success. This is what people do. I was watching over the past 2-3 days the interview of judges by the JSC. It's disappointing to see people at that level stumbling on their answers, stumbling on the questions. It's so disheartening. It's so disappointing. Not everyone who's outside this hall right now is at fault. But I can tell you now, there are people who are outside who would rather be outside than be inside here. I think you hear what I'm saying. And it's disappointing. I want to get that on record. It is this. For the work that was done by this committee, this board of CIGFARO, the executive and the staff of CIGFARO, for people to be sitting outside, I will not say what I think of it. Authority. Let's talk on this one. Let me slow down on this one. Your job as the authority in your office is to capacitate and empower those who report to you. You give them authority, which is yours. You give them authority to perform. You don't block them. Hello? You do not block them. You give them the authority, capacitate them, give them the tools to work, inspire them, let them wake up and want to do work, not for the municipality, but for you. That is what true leadership is. It is when you get people to start doing things for you, the individual, on behalf of the municipality. That is what authority is. Oh, before I pass on this one, never try to lead someone you cannot discipline. Let me repeat it in Zulu. Tanya, let me repeat it in Zulu. You ready? Never try to lead anyone you cannot discipline. I'm saying, therefore, do not hire into your staff people who are too close to you, because there's going to be a conflict of interest. Leadership is not force. It's not force. You cannot lead with force. Sooner or later, if you are a forceful person and you force people into doing things they don't want to do, in fact, they don't want to do it for you, in fact. When you force them, they will soon sabotage you. And as you continue to force them, let me assure you, they are planning to sabotage you in secret. Career progression. Leadership is not career progression. That letter of appointment, appointing you as the senior this, or the deputy director that, or the director that, listen, it doesn't make you a leader. It simply ushers you officially into the stage of leadership, to the platform of leadership. But do not make the mistake, it is not leadership. Power and perks. Power and perks is not leadership. These are things that come with being in the leadership space. Your position comes with it. Hello? Hello? Your position comes with it. But do not mistake it as the thing. Maintain the main thing as the main thing. Do not be disturbed by the glittering. All that glitters is not gold. Proximity to power. Hello? This one is serious. Hello? I have to smile on this one. This one is serious. Hello? Proximity to power. The same way you worm your way into power by being close to those who are in power and kissing. You will also be ejected out the same way you came in. Now, here's this. Here's the point. You don't want to... should I say this? You don't want to destroy your reputation that you've built over the years by simply partnering up and being cozy with the powers that be in a wrong way. The powers that be must celebrate you. They must mention you in meetings. They must actually like you because of your delivery. Not because of your your professional registration does not equate to leadership. All right, here are the labels. Hello? Here are the what? The labels. I had a very bad experience, Dr. Ngobo, 2 months ago. I mistakenly said Mr. to someone who is a doctor. And boy, did I get a hiding. I got a good hiding, right? So these labels do not give you the power, do not give you the strength and the prowess to lead. So avoid these labels. Again, I hope there are no politicians here, but if they are, being voted in, you are voted into a leadership space. You have to become a leader. You have to be baptized into leadership. You've got to enroll into leadership. And it is a school which never ends until you go to the grave. Aha. Now, Jim Collins agrees with me. This is the author of the book Good to Great. Another book called the Built to Last. Another one called Great by Choice. And many other books that he has written. Now he writes books based on research and data. Hello? He doesn't just write what he thinks. These are scientific researches that he does that he then, completes and compiles into a book. Right? So he says true leadership is when people choose to follow you, even when they do not have to. Now I'm going to be controversial a bit. Everyone here has heard something to the effect that leadership is influence. Let me see the hands. Let me see the hands. Leadership is influence. If you want to test the leader, check the followers. You've heard something like that? It's not true. It's not true. Influence is a byproduct of leadership, but it is not proof of leadership. Leadership is when you walk by yourself, even when everybody has left you. And in your case, in municipalities, this is more the case than anywhere else. That is what leadership is. Our founding father, Dr. Nelson Mandela, said leadership occurs in the face of courage and adversity. I need to burst some people's bubbles here. Are you ready? I'm going to burst some people's bubbles here. All right? Unless there are challenges you are encountering and working on and grabbing them by the horns in your institution, you're not leading. You are simply managing and propagating the status quo. Leadership is leadership only when there are challenges. In fact, leaders were brought to planet Earth to manage the situation, to actually solve the problems. By the way, I also am known for saying that you, say me, you, say me, you are the solution the Creator knew would exist in your generation. You are the solution to the problems that the Creator knew would exist in your generation. It is not a coincidence that you are alive in this period that you are alive in. You were brought here for a specific reason by the Creator. You are not a copy. You are an original. James McGregor Burns, for those who've done some studies at university would know this name. James McGregor Burns says that there is a coalition when it comes to true and transformational leadership. Leaders plus the followers. Come say it with me. Leaders plus the what? What do they do together? What do they do together? Say it out loud. They raise one another. Look at the person next to you. Don't say anything. Look at the person next to you. No. Look at them. 10 your torso. 10. Look at the person next to you. Now, don't say anything. Here we go. Are you looking at them? The person you are looking at, whether they are a team member or they report to you or you report to them, they are supposed to be looking after your back. They are supposed to be raising you. They are supposed to be encouraging you. They are supposed to be convincing you to move on. It is not, it is not part of leadership to sabotage each other. It's not. It is sick leadership that sabotages each other and turns the team against certain leaders in the municipality. Professor Warren G. Bernis said that leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. In the last 5 minutes, let me just take off this. Thank you. The duty of a leader, say me. Come, say it. Sorry, that's the right English. I. Thank you so much. Say I. The person that you've just pointed at right now has the one responsibility. Go to your municipality and disrupt the status quo. Translate this whole vision, the entire vision presented at CIGFARO, all the presentations. You have to go there and become a catalyst. Speed up the reaction. Speed up the what? The reaction. That's your duty. This is what you have to go back and do. In fact, your your CFO, your MMC for finance, they should ask the question, what happened to you at CIGFARO? Dr. Martin Luther King says the same thing. I'm going to jump. Dr. Miles Monroe speak of the two opposites. Come, say the two opposites. Come, say it, the two opposites. Inspiration. Come, say it, inspiration versus manipulation. Who have you manipulated lately? Now, here's my definition of leadership. I define leadership as the convergence, the point of convergence, the point where these three colored constructs converge. Number one, your radically progressive mindset. Somebody say mindset. I almost said moonsoft. Mindset. Come, say mindset. Now say it backwards. The way your mind is set. The way your mind is set. And what am I advancing? I'm advancing and I'm proposing and I'm positing. I'm insisting that your mindset must have two balancing forces. Come, say it. Two balancing forces. Say it. The first pillar or the first force is you must be radical. Come, say radical. In your radicalism, you must be progressive. Say progressive. What's missing in the municipalities today are radically progressive leaders who are not afraid to disrupt the status quo. Who are not afraid, here's another example, who are not afraid to change the lingo of the municipality. The lingo towards the community, the lingo towards the service delivery, the lingo towards the colleagues, the lingo towards the councillors, the lingo towards the executive or exco. And someone who's not afraid to say, I think we must stop saying X, Y, Z. I think we must start saying X, A, B, C. Change the lingo. Change the things you say. Challenge yourself. How many use the lift whilst they were in this conference? The lift. The escalator, not the escalator, the lift. How many? All right, okay. Here's a question for you. Why do you press the button many times? Is it going to increase the probability of the lift coming quicker? It's not, isn't it? It's not going to do that, right? So you have to challenge your own mindset into things. Number two, where your radically progressive mindset converges with your natural abilities. Say, my natural abilities. Come, say it. The reason you are sitting here is because at some point in time you passed accounting and maths in a good way. Clap your hands, clap your hands. In other words, your mind came programmed and ready to build quicker and sustain neurological pathways in terms of understanding accounting, understanding auditing, understanding finance and all its tools. Yes? Yes? So we can say that your knowledge of finance and accounting is part of your natural abilities. You were drawn to it. Even though some of us went into the accounting faculty because we couldn't be taken from science, but still it grew into you, and years later you're still here, yes? Yes? Now, you've got to make sure that nobody makes you doubt your natural ability. Come, say natural ability. Say natural ability. Right. And then also, now, your radically progressive mindset plus your natural ability must then be fused together and be protected by your unshakable values. One more time. Unshakable values. Unshakable values. I'm not going to talk much on unshakable values, but I'm going to say this, Tanya. It was my unshakable values that made me lose everything. I had to take back the car to West Bank. I had to relinquish the house from FNB Finance. I had to, downgrade the lifestyle of my family. I had to lose this, I had to lose that, because I chose to speak against the things that were being done in the exco I was sitting in. Nginemvimbo wena wekunene, nginemvimbo yama values. I've got the scars of values at my back. By the way, the wounds of honor are self-inflicted. So when you choose to lead, just know that it comes with personal risk. Hello? It comes with what? It comes with personal risk. It is not for the faint-hearted, neither is it for a careerist. Let me close with the 7 sources of leadership. Where do you get your leadership? I'll do these 7 and have a seat. Number 1, purpose. Come, say it with me. No, someone say purpose. 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 Now, I'm going to sound as if I'm angry, but I'm not. Are you ready? I'm going to sound a bit angry, but I'm not. Here we go. Here we go. Even though up until this point, you are playing with your life and you are playing with the opportunities that the Creator has given to you. Actually, many years ago, you were born onto planet Earth for a purpose. It is a pity that you're playing all the games that you are playing. You're busy buying iPhones, busy buying cars. You're busy doing all the things and all the games that are played by boys and girls out there. But actually, the reason you were brought on planet Earth is for a purpose. Your purpose, Dr. Ngobo, produces in you, as you continue distilling your purpose and learning about your purpose and asking feedback from people that you trust, right? And going into courses that actually talk about your self-awareness, and you becoming self-aware. You are critiquing yourself. Now, that purpose produces your vision. Say vision with me. This is your purpose. Vision is your purpose in color, in HD. Is it 4K? Right? So it is your responsibility to actually paint the vision to the team, and you must repeat it. It's a game of repeat. You must repeat the vision. You must paint your vision. Every management meeting, paint the vision. Talk about the vision. Don't just make it a line item that must be ticked as a tick box exercise. People must identify the vision of your section or the vision of the municipality with your name, with you. You need to become the face of what's being done at finance. It must consume you. It mustn't be something that you just go and do and then come back after in the afternoon. You know, it must be part of you. That vision gives you a mission. Hello? It gives you what? Most of the people sitting here are part of certain missions. Those missions are even written on their appointment letters. They are even written on the walls of the municipalities they work for. But let me tell you now, many people sitting in this auditorium today would not die for those missions. The organization I worked for that kicked me out when I started talking against the corruption and whatever was going on there, I made sure they were clear that I believe in this mission, even if it kills me. That is leadership. That is leadership. Your mission produces conviction. And your conviction is stronger than any opposition you will ever face. Conviction is a lifestyle. It's not just an intellectual assent. It's not something that you convince yourself of. No, it's a lifestyle. It's the way that you live. You live by conviction. You do not live by convenience. And conviction produces passion. Say passion. 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 Which is it? Do you know why the week when the leader of Christianity was crucified, do you know why it's called the Passion Week? Do you know why it's called the Passion Week? Because passion in its true form is that which you are prepared to die for. That is passion in its true form. Passion is not just erotics and romantic and all that stuff. No, that's not what passion is. When you have a passion for something, it means you are willing to die. Well, you are willing to suffer and even die for it. Number 6, character. The only proxy. Hello? Say proxy with me. The only what? Come. The only hook. Come, say it. No, do it. No. Check out your head. The only what? Hook. The only hook where the minds of men and women can hang your legacy. Your legacy will only hang on character. You can have all the degrees in the world, all the experience in the world, but if you don't have character, you've lost it all. You have lost it all. And lastly, destiny. Somebody say destiny. Somebody say destiny. Destiny. Destiny, what it means is that your actions, say it with me. Say my actions. My words, my influence, my deeds, my lifestyle, my work has eternal consequences. Ladies and gentlemen, That's my humble rendition of what leadership is. I hope you got something from this presentation, and may God help you.